Hi everyone, Gilad Perry here from Armor Cybersecurity, uh, putting together this short webinar with Ajax to help you guys navigate through this time and just give you some overview of what hackers are doing to capitalize on the coronavirus. Things we're going to go over just a few findings of what we're seeing or what's happening in the industry right now. Sample of observed attacks that we see. Talk a little bit about the shift of working remote, some of the challenges that it brings, but also stuff that you can do in order to protect yourself. So just a few things that we've seen. Criminals are really capitalizing on the human fear and actually targeting a lot of sophisticated attacks, leveraging the social media, emails on us. So very important that you make your employees aware. There's a lot of information flying over the internet right now, and a lot of it is actually insecure. We also seen attacks in the last days are starting also on encrypting mobile devices with apps that are not in Google Store, or Apple Store, so really be careful. So a few things we see, emails coming with phishing campaigns, pretending to be part of the Center for Disaster Control, pretending to be the World Health Organization, and actually country-specific organizations. Be very, very careful. There's cures offered. There's a lot of stuff offered for sale right now, which are really linking you to malicious emails. We're seeing a huge spike in registered domains. I think 2 days ago was about 800 a day of corona-related domains. These are essentially infrastructure to support those malicious activities that are coming through the phishing emails. Emails coming from pretending to be yourself, head of the company, HR, again, very common. We've seen this in the past, but now with Corona, it's actually increasing and very easy to know who you are. You go to social media, you go to your website, you go to LinkedIn. We know who those people are, and spoofing those emails from them, it's actually very hard, very easy to do. And again, we're installing criminals, launching attacks both against U.S. agencies, like the health agency in the U.S. 2 days ago, and in March of 13, they actually brought down an entire hospital in the Czech Republic. Although today I saw an article saying that they are now backing off as well as a few of those organizations that are like saying that they will not attack hospitals, and if they do, it's by mistake. Let's see if that really happens. Hopefully they'll show a little bit of humanity. As I mentioned, observed attacks. Have a look at this subject line, list of companies affected, coronavirus airborne, domains that are used, as I mentioned, CDC or look like CDC. Very interesting, and again, something that look out for and let your employees know to double check everything. We're also seeing some governments like Iran employing measures. I will not be surprised if we're going to see more of it happening down the road, saying actually employing their employees to go and install some, the citizens to deploy, to install applications so they can get updates on coronavirus, and actually using that in order to track their citizens. Israel actually has declared that they're using technology to see if someone was infected. This way they can communicate with citizens on who was in the vicinity, so they should go get checked. Again, where is privacy? There's a lot of things related to privacy, and it's going to be an interesting few months in my mind, and see how governments actually exploit this to their advantage. So a few things, everyone is now working remote. I don't know, in my bedroom right now, I was kicked out of the basement. The kids are there. What does it mean? So on the right-hand side, you can actually see the most common ransomware attack in last quarter at Q4 2019, and the method that they've been using. So you can see 26% is phishing. But interesting is 57.4 is RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol. With us moving to work from home, this is going to be a preferred channel that attackers are going to be used. And think about this way, like when you're in your office, there's some element of segmentation, separation. In most cases, most VPN access is totally not segmented, meaning someone entering into your organization via the VPN has full access to everything. It's a big risk for the organizations, and you guys need to think to address it. And again, the last one is that employees are using personal machines. Not everyone has a company provided desktop or laptop, and a lot of those machines are old or unpatched, do not have a proper antivirus. Bottom line, you do not have control of what they have, and these are, again, very vulnerable for attackers to use basic CVEs that are out there that they can actually exploit in order to gain control of the machine. And from there, the entry into your organization is very short. So a few things that you guys should consider doing, and I'll go over it quickly. The first one, I can't stress it enough, implement two-factor authentication on all your key assets. Almost all products today provide support that. This will give you a warning, the early warning when someone is trying to get into your organization and start inflicting damage. Strong passwords, we've been talking about it all along, but again, time to really think about it and maybe enforce stricter policies around strong passwords, especially when the people are working, as I mentioned, on devices that you have no control over. Endpoint protection and antivirus. We strongly recommend that you even go as far as providing your employees an antivirus. And I would seriously consider an endpoint detection response, which essentially is a platform that enables you to manage all the endpoints, at least from antivirus, see what's happening on them, ability to isolate a machine that you find is behaving, something is happening on it, and then your IT can actually gain control over those environments. Again, the cost of antivirus and EDR is in the dollars, like not a big difference. For $40 a year, you can get a very strong endpoint protection EDR system, and that will give you the control over the environment that you need on your employees. Make sure your employees do the software, at least advise them to make sure that they update their software. Have them check their router, make sure that they don't have the admin password. They can always call the carrier and ask for assistance on how to address that. And again, training, you can still hold remote sessions with your employees. Make sure they understand what these new challenges are and how they should protect themselves. As mentioned, cybersecurity starts from home, and we are now working from home, so that's super critical. As it comes to remote connectivity, just a few elements that I would like to give some advice on. The first one, if you don't have remote access to all of your employees, there's actually solutions out there that are relatively cheap, I think around $10 US a month per employee. But they give you the ability to give them VPN, create a software-defined network, which is essentially a network a virtual network, which to it you connect all your assets, and that's the gateway for the employees to enter into the organization. Being a SaaS solution, it's temporary. You do it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, as much as you need, and then you can take it down. So it does not cost you a lot of money. So I would say that $10 an employee for enabling him to work from home and have access to all of his assets that he needs is actually not a lot of money. But again, then you gain the control over your network. You can monitor who is accessing and what they're accessing within the organization. Once you do that, or you already have a VPN access, make sure that you start segmenting your network. Segmenting your network, meaning you start creating the isolation. So that's what we're doing right now. Staying at home is a mean of segmenting. Closing borders is a mean of segmenting. And then as a next level, restrict the access when possible within your network. So does everyone have to have access to all your financial information, your key applications? Do the segmentation in a way that you can protect your assets in an event of a breach. This way, it's going to serve you for the long run, and it's going to help you recover quickly. I'm not talking here about basic IT hygiene, like having a proper backup system. In my mind, these are the basics, but this new environment really needs to make sure that all the other elements, as we shift the workforce to home, that we're working on keeping secure. Again, if you have any question, feel free to reach to us. Wanted to make this short and sweet, but hope you stay safe, and good luck to us all. Have a good day.